Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly? Is that so? Another person to count on is always good after all. But recruiting such dependable companions...
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guide as good as Paimon.
Ah, yes. I do have some information that may be of help to... Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is. There's been a certain blonde stranger...
Blonde. Dress is all funny. It feels like Paimon's heard this one before. Wait, do you mean... Does that stranger's face look any...
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different.
Seriously?
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know anything about the relationship between him and Mr. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. Perhaps he might accept your commission instead. After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, but be happy to accept a fellow adventurer's requests. And should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey. Please don't talk down on yourself like that. You are the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city. Well, as to further news about him, you may want to ask Mr. Lawrence. He stands guard at the city gate, so he may know something about... I wish you every success, adventurer.
Honorary knight is something... A stranger with an eye patch. He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first, which I found rather I lost him pretty quickly. Still, I didn't think that this was such... As long as Master Jean is here, there's nothing to fear from some
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean...
That is true. But on the other hand, knowing that Master Jean may Anyways... Oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy. You should go ask him. Maybe he...
Phew.
My strength still fails me.
What? You need something? Here, I remember him. He showed up a few days ago asking to buy. Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned. He then had a look at the weapons in my shop before leaving. I've heard that he can be found drinking it. If the Knights of the Guild want to get hold of him, that's the only place to be.
The Angel's Share? Well, Master Diluc probably... Anyway, let's go to the Angel's Share and have... Go! Gosh, all I can think about is
What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
Hey, Charles! Have you seen a blonde stranger?
That I have. He comes here every night. He even sometimes mixes his own drinks after he orders them. I don't know anything else about him, but from his selections and mixes.
And what's Master Diluc's?
Why, I just gave it to you. Quite the connoisseur.
Investigating everything as always. Guess that's...
If you're looking for that gentleman, he ordered some new bottle of wine in advance yesterday. There's too many raucous patrons on the first floor, so if you want to wait...
You are a close friend. I need to learn to handle my booze better.
Ah, welcome, sir. The wine that you previously ordered...
He's really here? Let's go downstairs. Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling? Well, that's as good a reason as any.
So, Guess we've broken the ice. What?
That little one beside you.
Uh-huh. We're the best of friends.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some business with me? Sure.
And he was so cold just a moment before.
But I will require advance payment. 500 mora. And the 500 is a one-time fee. And we'll settle the question. That's it.
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling. That kind of compensation.
Ah, thank you. Now, as for my questions, I'd like you to answer. The answer to a question says nothing about right. I only wish to know what your choices are. Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls. I know everything that I should. Well, answer the question. Is that your answer? Question number 2. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his gnosis to lay down a contract to... Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their... So that's your answer? Now for my this world has people who gained vision. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods? So, this is your answer? It seems that you're different from him. I'll take that 500 mora. And now I also understand. That said, like you, I am currently on a journey. Those creatures that serve the Abyss. I have come to Mondstadt this time while on the trail of an Abyss Herald.
An Abyss Herald?
An even more twisted abyssal being. One that commands the Abyss mages.
Oh, that's right! We've just been fighting against the Fatu. We haven't encountered the non-human Abyss Order at all.
There's some reason behind that, I'm afraid. It's possible that they may have been under orders to avoid your path.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're... Uh-huh! We're super-duper strong!
That manner. Well then, let's go see for ourselves, shall we? According to the leads I have on hand, let's meet up at the temple. Perhaps your questions about the... This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the Abyss, the Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the wind, it ultimately does naught but hover on... Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside. The scent of the Abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, it'll spare me the explanation either way.
I'll remember that.
Prepare to be blown away! Let's dance. You're toast! Ready, steady, go!
Go!
Go, Barbara, go! Out of the frying pan, into... Windblade! With the wind. I'll protect us. Снова, get them! Windblade! Time to go! Out of the frying pan!
Just a few abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already left. The abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction. It is a morass of inconceivable madness. That is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, and the creatures of the abyss desire nothing less than the overthrow of a...
You seem to know a lot about the Abyss, Dane.
Well, we do have some history. I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. We should head, judging by the traces I'm following. Perhaps we may find...
Go! Huh? Phew. Well, we're in Wolfendom now. Think Dane's waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Lord of Wolfendom, great wolf king of the north, sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here... No, nor does it know me. I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine... All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald...
But where do we begin? Are you standing here because...
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flame. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably...
Go! Phew! And there's another one of those bonfire spells! Looks like the Abyss real... Yikes! Where do these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick! Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kinda scary. Let's beat them up first. Springblade! Sova! Get them! Cross over! Whew! That's that! Let's go check out that bonfire! Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss. Go! Huh? Go!
Have you finished searching? I searched around these parts and found some, but they were left behind by abyss mages. And there was no deeper abyssal. It seems that even an abyss herald would not wish to make trouble with the wolf. We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his territorial nature.
But now we're out of leads.
No. There is. Let's get a move on then. I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt, but I suppose that this place is more... In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had the first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of old Mondstadt, the Dragon of the East had yet to fall.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got in...
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, let's go see what the situation is.
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there. This isn't good. Higher, higher, hands on fire! Ha! I'll protect us. Nice and spicy. You're toast! Let the show begin. Let's dance. Go! Time to go! Boba, get them! Win it! At the frying pan, it's Cross over! Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that abyss.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame, exactly.
No, you're right.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be once upon a time, yes.
You know, Dane, you keep where are they now, anyway?
He no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting at times.
Oh, is that how it is?
I still have some things left unfinished.
Yep, and it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? Hey, once you find your sibling, Mondstadt's Fisherman's Toast is pretty tasty. But Liyue's Wanmin... either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where... While you're still traveling, you should...
Huh? What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well. Whichever it is, we should see it... We can reach the top of that...
Whoa, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up. Oh, what a cute treasure coffin.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you...
But it doesn't feel like there's a...
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different. My traveling companion brought me here on our previous trip.
So, Dane, what about you?
Me? I no longer remember. I merely followed my traveling companion around on that journey. Huh? Ruin Guard's footprint. The Ruin Guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? You mean your brother? But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you recognize. As for why, has it perhaps experienced something related to you?
You're saying some
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. At least you now know that he is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find him itself. Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning. May you find your kin at the end of that journey.
Huh? You're leaving?
Only for now. Don't worry. We will meet. After all, I did take 500 mora.
Yes! Yes! They have the audacity to go after the 7 dragons. God, still, this time is different. Who do they think they are, going after— Oh, Traveler, it's you.
Huh? Ganyu, what are you doing here with Mom?
Hello. We were just discussing the treasure hoard.
Yes. We were just saying how even the audacious treasure hoarders should know better than to mess with the...
But we recently received intel from the Ministry of Civil Affairs that 2 big-time treasure hoarders in Liyue and Mondstadt...
2 big-time treasure hoarders?
Yes. They're known as Big Sis of the South and Raptor of...
Oh, Raptor! Paimon remembers he tried to run away from Amber and Mondstadt.
You already know something then. I guess you must have crossed paths with the treasure hoard... You are correct. She's the head of the treasure hoarders in Liyue. As I understand it, the treasure hoard... Some say that the god of thieves even bestowed a gift upon her for her exploits, making her Big Sis of the gods.
Anyway, the treasure hoarders discovered some previously unexplored ruins that the Abyss Order has been... Despite how dangerous that makes it, all the treasure hoarders can think about is what... They have already devised a plan. They will send out a decoy to divert the Abyss Order's...
To this end, Big Sis and Raptor have reportedly recruited a certain Grand Thief from...
Grand Thief? That's quite an impressive-sounding title.
Oh, indeed. He is an extraordinary individual. The Grand Thief is highly respected in the treasure hoarders, in the same way that we adventurers look up to great adventure. Ah, so you're familiar with the author of the Tevat Travel Guide, then? So, despite being relative big-timers in Liyue and Mondstadt, Big Sis and Raptor had to put in a lot of work to convince a thief of his...
With the major changes in Liyue recently, the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the Millelith already have their... But anything related to the Abyss makes me feel like there is... So I decided to come to the Adventurers Guild to post a commission.
Leave this commission?
Oh, thank you so much.
Good to see this in the hands of a reliable guild member. Well then...
There are signs of treasure hoarder activity here. They must have come to these ruins. Let's go deeper inside. Paimon sure hopes Ganyu's information is reliable. There aren't many guards here. Looks like their plan to draw away the Abyss Order's forces really worked. More signs that a treasure hoarder was here. This should be the right direction. But why does it feel stranger and stranger as we make it deeper into these ruins? Be careful now. Paimon's right behind you. Could it be the Grand Thief? Why is he in that position? That's... Why is the statue of the Seven and the statue's hands? Paimon but this statue is holding... Paimon has a... And the Grand Thief hasn't moved... Hello? Paimon doesn't feel so good. Let's get out of here and... We can't stay here! Quick, run!
Is it my time?
I'll remember that. Let's dance.
You cannot spy on the... You have come here. You as a herald.
An Abyss Herald?
Dainsleif. Oh, I thought you were just a couple of pests. Did he send you here to die? His resistance against the Abyss has gone. The Abyss is unstoppable.
What is this power? I've never seen it before. Careful, please don't get cocky. Boba, get them! Ha!
Decimate! Annihilate!
Let the show begin.
This power, it seems. I see. So it's you. In that case, I shall
What a such a strong enemy. Who knew the Abyss? Huh? What is it? Oh, right, yeah.
So, we meet again.
Hey, it's Dane!
Judging by your expression, could it be that you encountered an Abyss Herald in the...
Huh? How did you know that?
I've been on the Abyss Herald's trail. I didn't expect to find you here as well. An inverted statue of the Seven, holding abyssal power in its hands. No, I have never seen such a thing during my time fighting the Abyss. Tell me the rest of what happened in there. So you escaped the ruined...
And then, as we got close to the exit, an Abyss Herald, we fought a big battle with that thing.
Yes, this is a rare opportunity indeed.
Let's go! A rare opportunity with... Go! Nice and spicy! I'll protect us. Boba, get them! Windblade! Those Abyss mages just now.
No. They were just digging through these abandoned ruin guards looking.
Oh, is that so? The traveler here seems looking for chaos devices, chaos circuits.
They wouldn't be searching for such ordinary objects. In fact, I was nearby investigating precisely because abyss mages often come out from that room. They seem to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain valuable object to take. However, they look disappointed, so it would seem they haven't found it yet.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were?
I certainly don't mean to be merciful towards these monsters of the abyss, but I have a feeling that their plan with this object is of major importance to the... One cannot discover the truth behind it through interrogation, or rather, these abyss mages likely fear something else, much more than they do
Paimon is...
All right, we shouldn't waste too much time here. Let's continue our search.
Go! With the wind! This isn't good! Higher, higher, hands up! Let's dance! Out of the frying pan, I'll protect us. Windblade. Wow. Besides the abyss, seems wherever we find an abyss mage hideout.
There are no coincidences in the world. Everything is the fruit of seeds planted long ago, just like your appearance in that tavern. Time is just waiting for those seeds to sprout. Forget it. Just some needless musings. The connection between the Abyss Order and the Ruin Guards is by no means. Rather, they are both branches that have grown out.
Branches? Roots?
Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed 500 years ago.
Huh? Conria? Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are left over from... Oh. Speaking of Conria, that's really a super ancient name. Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should explain a bit here. Huh? You have memories of being there. But that name...
Is that so? Well, everyone has their secrets. But if you would like to tell me, I will listen. So, the Conria you saw, what was it like?
So that's the complete story, huh?
I see. So your first memory after
It seems your brother woke up first. But the question is, how long before...
And then your brother told you that the destruction of Conria plunged the whole world into chaos, and that you two should leave this world called Tevat?
The destruction of Conria? He said that?
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from 500 years ago. It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that...
Huh. So So your brother must have understood this world better than you.
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked...
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Teyvat, you are able to...
Ah, if that's the case, you must have been flipping through up before going to Mondstadt. You had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole bunch of old... So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Conria? So you could find your... Oh, yeah! You can travel around the 7 nations to find the...
I probably know more about Conria than both of you. Conria was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them. It was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented, flourishing, and glorious
A nation without a god?
Later events unfolded just as you remember. It was all destroyed.
You mean that...
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the garden of the gods.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits. Let's keep moving. I will tell you more of what you want to know as...
Let the show begin. Just saying how these ancient... So, did Conria have a lot of ruins that needed to be guarded?
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No one called them that 500 years ago. These Ruin Guards were known as Field Tillers by the people of Conria.
Field Tillers? What a strange name.
It's not like you think. Field Tiller was just a code name. The people of Conria like to give code names to their... The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for...
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting way of understanding till...
After the destruction of Conria, these masterless field tillers they wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually, perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time. They found their way to various ruins.
Well, that sounds... so sad.
Once you understand more, those details won't mean much to you. But no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose. So destroy them all.
Nice and spicy. Time to go! Get them! Nice and spicy! Let's dance! I'm the right man! Ha! 'Cause 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 I'm the right man!
This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald. But why would an Abyss Mage be? Perhaps it really does contain information about their operation.
But Paimon can't read the writing on it.
Engulf the faith of the enemy in flame, and bring glory to his highness.
What? Is that what it's...
Loom of Fate, initial operation. They, the Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. The keyword here is loom. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary...
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a... From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those eerie ruins are super likely to be related to this fate. So Dane, what message does this talisman contain?
I'm reading it now. An ambitious operation.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Osile.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean? What do they want with Osile?
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role, though you may not have been aware of it at the time. You were thwarted.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ape. Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt Osile?
No. From the contents of the talisman, this operation goes one step further. They won't just corrupt Osile's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology...
Is that even possible? So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squig...
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Khaenri'ah. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Khaenri'ah. The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, and the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the statue.
The eye of the very first field tiller?
It would seem so.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated.
Yes. According to thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to...
Oh boy, the Abyss Order sure isn't holding back with this plan. Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the... Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too
The cathedral.
Huh? What's the matter?
Nothing. Let's get moving. A huge statue, a grandiose cathedral. But how aware of this was the Animo Archon on receiving this gift? And how much...
Faith doesn't ask for anything in return.
As long as the gods have a clear conscience...
Shh! We're about to enter the cathedral! And actually, the...
I never specifically said I would enter the cathedral. I'll leave...
Huh?
You are the honorary Knight of Mondstadt. They will having me tag along would only make them suspicious. Correct. And just as our little friend said, when a non-believer steps onto holy ground, I have never received... That's enough about that. While we've been chit-chatting, the...
Okay, then we'll just go in ourselves and ask...
I should warn you about one thing. Don't go mentioning the defiled statue. The Church of Favonius wouldn't ignore the matter of the statue. Also, meddling in the...
Go, Barbara!
Honorary Knight. Hi, but I should first make it clear.
It seems she hasn't realized it's just an illusion. Oh, we're here to ask some questions about something. Of course you wouldn't know anything about that.
Huh?
You're here to ask about that old story? Well, I didn't expect that. A long time ago, there was indeed one statue of nearly every member of the church joined the search for it. In the church's records, as you might assume, this incident has been called the Lost Statue of the Seven.
Of course!
Of course?
Nothing? So do you have any other clues? Sorry, Barbara, but we can't tell you about the statue we...
Other strange stories? I'm not sure. Let me think about what other
The Tyrant's final...
Oh, this refers to a time of great danger that engulfed old monsters many, many years ago. There was a time when balls of fire would rain from the sky whenever...
Balls of fire raining from the...
People at that time believed it was a curse laid down by the god of storms. So that this strange phenomenon continued for about a year. No one was ever able to solve it. Right. Later, the theory of the Tyrant's final fury became less probable in the eyes of the church. Perhaps it was something else that caused the disaster. Anyway, this incident might not be related to the law.
It's okay.
There's that pointless word, thank you, again.
Oh, Rosaria, it's you.
If you're looking for the Knights of Favonius, they're busy with those monsters that tried to attack Mondstadt last time.
Wasn't that the Abyss Order?
Indeed. They're gathering in Wolvendom, causing... Could it be that the Abyss Order is targeting the... Master Jean has already headed off to Wolvendom. I must also begin to...
Then I will go...
Master Jean said you should stay at the church and continue your...
But you're also a member of the...
Right! We'll go give Master
Oh, okay. But please, everyone, be careful. May the Animal Archon protect you.
I see. Has the Abyss Order... This could very well have something to do with the defiled...
But what is the Abyss Order going to Wolvendom for anyway?
No, that's not likely. Unlike Osile, who was just suppressed, Andreas died long ago. Today, it is just his spirit that stands... The Abyss Herald may just be targeting the spirit of Andreas in an attempt to garner some information.
Protect us.
The Abyss Order!
Don't underestimate the enemy. Let's take them now.
Go!
The closer we get to the target, the more enemies there are.
Yeah, what?
I'm not going...
Huh? Why not? Is it because you're afraid of...
It has nothing to do with wolves. It's because Boreas was an ancient god, yet he willingly became a servant of this. I cannot possibly agree with his actions. I don't desire any... Besides, you're the one people like. There's nothing special about gods, and it's just my opinion. But a word of advice. Always, you shouldn't place too much trust in them. But at the same time, even if the god in question is your sworn enemy...
Don't trust them and don't hunt them. That's some awkward...
Lest I repeat the failings of... I will tell you one final fact.
Huh?
The destruction of the nation of Canria by the gods is the reason the Abyss Order now seeks to destroy the Well, enough chit-chat. We should get back to business. I will go take care...
Up there? What a strange man. Yeah, that's true. At the Rite of Dissension in Liyue, your decision was very similar. Not the easiest.
Honorary Knight, Paimon, what are you two doing here?
Oh, Master Jean! Rosaria told us that you came here to fight the...
Then your help is greatly appreciated.
The Abyss Order's sudden offensive is very strange. I just scouted out all of Wolvendom. Rosaria told me that the Abyss Order is... But the Abyss Order and Boreas...
They just like to cause trouble. The Abyss Order already went after Dvalin. It's not too surprising that...
That is true. Regardless, whether the reason behind the honorary knight, please go and check if Lupus Boreas, this god's spirit... He does not often see people, but Okay, be careful.
Right. Look! Over there, it's Razor! And the Abyss Herald!
You... You claim to be a guardian, yet your once sharp claws have clearly If you serve us, we can restore your divine power.
What the heck is it? Oh no! Is this the...
Wolves never surrender! But...
No matter how... Before the abyss!
Nova, get them! Let's dance! Windblade!
All life will perish! Annihilate!
I'll protect us.
Grant me new life! The end
Into the fire!
is nigh! The end will come!
Is it my time? Nova, get them!
The world
Let the show begin. Nice and spicy.
the world will fall!
At the frying pan,
The end will come!
Goba, get them! Let's dance! Phew!
The serum. How does an old spirit have such... No matter. This is but a small, unforeseen
It disappeared again!
thank you. You came. Just...
Human Lupercal. But still... The abyss...
Lupus Boreas never refuses trial. But... Scary out I too didn't see.
Wait, so you mean the Abyss Order had everything prepared.
Thank you. In the future, my claws, you smell danger?
No, we heard about the danger. Besides coming to help, we actually have something to ask you about. Excuse us, Mr. Wolf God.
I pay no heed to the contraptions of humans. I know not what this field till it entered into my proving ground by accident. But it could not think, only fight. I eventually damaged it greatly with one of my attacks.
By the sounds of it, it's possible that could have been the very first field.
Missiles. I do not know. It could spin, leap high into the air, and even shoot fireballs.
Fireballs? Hey, didn't we? Anyway, this pretty much proves that the first... It sounds like the first one was way stronger than the mass-produced, but in this story, it was damaged at the proving ground.
Don't know, but...
Yes, you were a big help. We need to keep investigating something super important. The Abyss Herald...
Yes, I smell more danger. You too.
Well, that was some good intel. Quick, let's... Dang, there you are! Did you see Master Jean?
I saw her, but purposely avoided her. As both the Lion Fang Knight and acting Grand Master, she naturally would have some reservation. If I'm not careful, one day I may find myself becoming the object. But back to the matter at hand. I defeated some of the Abyss forces, but wasn't able to gather... I see. Well then, we can more or less figure out where the first field tiller...
Huh? Really? Just from the Lupus Boreas?
That information combined with a more For example, the old story you told me you heard in the cathedral. Exactly. The strange story told to you by that young sister, long mistaken to be a curse rained down by a deceased tyrant.
Ah, Paimon gets it. So the tyrant's final fury was after it was damaged in the fight with the Wolf of the North. It must have wandered into the... Then, whenever anyone got close, pew, pew, boom! Back then, the people of Mondstadt hadn't seen many...
It looks like we need to make a trip to Storm Terror's lair and comb the entire area. What do you mean?
Huh? Oh, Paimon remembers too! We saw... This is it, right? Ooh, so what did you... Huh? What?
This requires another method. Using elemental sight on a field tiller is of no use because it is not... Let me give it a try. And done.
Wow! It's...
The very thing the Abyss Herald has been seeking all along. The eye of the first field tiller. All of the ruin guards today are just replicas of this machine. As the prototype...
Prototype? Oh, Paimon doesn't know that one.
As the Abyss Order has surmised, if this eye is placed in the hands of the defiled, and if the limbs of Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, are attached to the statue, and this newly born god will have the power to topple the divine thrones of... Yes.
Then, what should we do with this eye?
No. I'll guard it
Huh? You?
You may doubt me if you wish, but I must no matter where we may hide it, they will find it. And as...
Oh!
But our work isn't done yet. To avoid any further repercussions, we must also take care of that. We can't have the church get involved. Let's handle it ourselves.
Destroy it? That's a step... Well,
Do the Seven really expect me to help them look after? Let's go back to those ruins and destroy the inverted statue. I'll make sure it
So after all that running around, we end up right back here again. Look at us. We barely escaped this place last time, and now we're strolling right back in. Gee, surely we must be some of the bravest adventurers in all of Tibet. That or the stupidest. To get to that creepy statue, we just need to follow the path we used to escape last time. That should take us right to it. Yep, that'll work. Let's go. And remember to be on your guard. I'll protect us. Huh?
looks like we're an eerie, lifeless, dark chamber.
Oh, such a...
Be careful to not be overwhelmed by the power of the defiled statue.
You sense correctly. You are just as vexatious as ever, Danes. I sense your soul is stained by Oh, and something far more than we are the same. We're both dangerous.
It is your words that forever reek. Time to silence you!
Let the show begin. Race you! Boba, get them! Windblade, nice and spicy. Let's dance. Gee, I'll remember that.
The end is nigh.
Windblade.
The end will come.
Boba, get them! Oh, let the show begin.
The end is nigh.
Out of the frying pan! I'll protect us. Out of the frying pan, into this isn't good. Cross over. Windblade, nice and spicy.
The end will come.
Go! Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
The abyss shall... Prince.
Hey! Could that be?
Lumine.
Wait! He just blocked an attack against the Abyss Herald! Your brother? And the Abyss?
Lumine, why are you with Dane?
Uh-huh? Your brother knows Dane?
Ether, we meet again.
What's going on here? Dane knows—
You shouldn't team up with this man. He is my enemy.
Ether.
But it must be said. Don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop the Abyss. That man Dainsleif was the Twilight Sword, one of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Conria. 500 years ago, he failed to prevent the destruction of Conria. A curse of immortality was laid upon him, to forever wander the wilderness, while he watched the people he was supposed to protect turn into the monsters of the Abyss.
You're saying Dane is from Conria? The same Conria that was destroyed and you said the people turned into monsters? You're trying to tell Paimon that the Abyss Order is not only related to Conria, but, and the whole thing about Dane being your enemy...
Yes, of course. But I cannot go with you to the next world to find a new home. At least, not yet. Until the Abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with destiny will see no end. Listen to me, Lumine. I have already traveled through this world once. Once you reach the end of your journey as I did, you will see for yourself the true nature of this world. So we'll meet again. Though we need not rush, sister. I have more than enough time to wait for you. We have always had enough time.
They left. Oh, don't be too sad. We'll find them again. Look on the bright side. At least we got some really useful information. That's right. At least now, as well as the Seven, Dane is also a key part of finding your sibling too, right? That's right. By the way, what they said just now is all... Oh, well then... let's go over it again. First off, that Abyss Herald called... It seems like your brother is leading the Abyss Order. Even the Abyss Herald answers to him. Still, we don't know for sure if he's the highest ranking. Also, your brother said that he wants to engulf the thrones and go to war with Destiny. What next thing? Turns out the Abyss Order monsters are really what the people of Conria turned into after their nation was destroyed. This story is just plain terrifying, and Dane is from Conria too! He witnessed its destruction 500 years ago! But he didn't turn into a... So that's why your brother said that Dane, but... If the monsters of the Abyss are the same people that Dane protected all those... Also, how come after all this time we've spent searching for your brother, it turns out he's on the side of the Abyss? Yeah, you're right. Then... we can't let ourselves get down about it now. Our journey's not over yet. Let's get a move on. Time to leave this terrible dark place. If your brother wants you to reach the end of your journey, show him what you're made of. Come on, traveler. Let's go.